A car for $2,000? It might sound crazy, but car maker Tata will release the Nano, the world's cheapest car, this summer in India. The car will have no airbags, air conditioning, or power steering. The 5-seater Nano is made out of sheet metal and adhesive plastic. Tata will make 50,000 cars this year and will open additional plants next year to produce up to 250,000 more Nanos. A slightly larger version, the Nano Europa, is expected to be released in 2011.
Maryland police arrested a U.S. Postal Service worker this weekend for stealing over $600,000 worth of stamps. Marvin Foster stole the stamps while working at the post office in Elkridge, Maryland. Postal inspectors say Foster gave the stamps to Kyle Mathias to sell on eBay for less than their face value. The post office caught Foster using a hidden camera after an audit showed stamps were missing. Although Mathias was arrested with Foster, the two men have both been released.
An American University student group is showing their support to same-sex marriage. Amanda Marr has more.
One of American University's largest student organizations, called Queer and Allies Advocates, is sponsoring Freedom to Marry Day to show support to equal marriage rights for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people. The event is a way to show support to the couples who live in the 48 states where same-sex marriage is denied by allowing people to pretend they are married to someone of their choice. The event was created in 2003 to educate the American population about same-sex marriage. This year's theme is We're Not Just Talking About Marriage, in order to expand the conversation about social economic issues, race, and other intersecting issues that come up when talking about same-sex marriage. The student group has more than 200 students who entertain and educate the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area and schools about lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender issues and rights. Currently, only Massachusetts and Connecticut are the only two states where same-sex marriage is legal, but Rhode Island and New York do recognize same-sex ceremonies performed in other states. Freedom to Marry Day will take place on Wednesday, March 25th from noon to 4 p.m. on the main quad at American University. This is Amanda Marr for District Wire News.
Reality TV star Jade Goody has died at the age of 27. Goody was diagnosed with cervical cancer last year. She seldom stepped out of the spotlight since, joining the British version of reality show Big Brother in 2002. And cameras were rolling as doctors gave her the diagnosis. Members of the Women's Initiative at American University are urging women to pay attention to the seriousness of the disease.
Instances of cervical cancer and death from cervical cancer are getting younger and younger. My personal OBGYN actually had a case last year that she found cervical cancer in a 13-year-old.
Pregliasco says she hopes more women will listen up and get tested. Meantime, Goody's family is asking for privacy rather than public attention during this time.
If you'd like to enjoy the district's recent warm weather, then look no further than the federal government's backyard, the National Mall and monuments. DC's National Cherry Blossom Festival kicks off this Saturday with a day of activities and an opening ceremony featuring the Washington Ballet. The National Park Service says they expect the Japanese cherry tree's flowers to start blooming this Saturday and may even reach their peak by April 1st.
That's all we have for you today. Tune in again next week on DistrictWireNews.com. I'm Kate McKino.
And I'm Rita Galina. Have a great day.